Hello, welcome back to these videos where we learn English every day. But of course, on these Monday videos, I give you advice. We worked on study advice before, now I'm working on health advice. So today, of course, is going to finish up our sixth series, our first six of these health advice series, where how to become 30 years younger in your body if you do all six of these. So that'll be the last one today, which is smoking. We're going to talk about smoking today. So, but before I get started, don't forget to smash that like button below and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below if you like these videos or even any advice. Or how about you, hey Professor King, you didn't talk about this. What about this? Or what did you mean by that? Or is that really true? Okay, so of course today about smoking. So far, again, I'll go over this six advice again. These are six habits that if you do can make are linked to longer life. You can live longer and healthier in your life. So they did research. They found out that if you do these six habits for people age 55 to 64 years old who practice all six of these habits, were found to be as healthy as younger people aged 25 to 34 years old who followed only one or two of these advice. So if they did only one or two of these habits, and they're 25 to 34, they'll be equal to your body if you're 55 to 64 and you're doing all six. So again, so far watch the other videos about these six, but of course, eating breakfast, we did eating breakfast, avoiding snacks, ideal weight, regular exercise, sleeping, and today, smoking. So smoking, I can't believe that I have to explain this in now's 2023, but I still see people smoking all the time, new smokers, which baffles me. So when I see the convenience store where I live, nearby where I live, they're smoking, all these people in their 20s. So before they were born, it was famous that smoking is bad for you. So I can't believe, how did they start? So my father was a heavy smoker. I smoked too, which I'll talk about my story in a minute. But my father was a really heavy smoker. But he started back in the 30s, back in the 50s or 60s, when it was still uncertain what the effects of smoking were. So, but now it's not a secret. So, some of the effects I found here. So I researched CDC, Center for Disease Control, and these are just some of the main effects on your body if you start smoking or continue smoking. So remember, if you're a smoker and you're like, well, you're right, Professor Ken, I don't want to smoke. I want to quit. But how can I do it? So anything, like I've talked about in other videos, anything you do for 21 days becomes a habit. Anything you don't do for 21 days becomes a non-habit. If you want to, like me, video games, I play video games too much maybe. If I stop it for 21 days, it'll become less of a habit. So smoking. So I know that sounds simple. People just say, just stop. But think about it like that. Don't think about it like alcoholics, health alcoholics think about it. Don't think about it, how can I stop for like 10 years? Think about it, how can I stop for just 3 weeks? If you can do that, then the 22nd day, the 23rd day becomes easier. So the effects of your smoking on your body, of course, smoking causes cancer, heart disease, lung disease, diabetes, COPD, which is a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's similar to what I have, and I have asthma, where it closes up your lungways. So COPD, smokers have created that with themselves, which inside that includes emphysema, emphysema and chronic bronchitis, which is a tightening of your lungs. Of course, smoking also, so that's 5. Smoking also causes tuberculosis, certain eye diseases, problems with your immune system. You can't fight off diseases well, including, for example, rheumatoid arthritis, which is inside that. That's already 8. And I said eye disease, right? Also, dental problems with your teeth. That's why if you change from smoking to chewing tobacco will destroy your teeth as well. And of course, vision loss, hearing loss. You even lose your ears. So basically, it's destroying every part of your body. So why would you start it? So if you're younger, if you're older, please try to decrease the habit. Don't smoke as much. But of course, I'm curious, why would you start it nowadays? By the way, before I continue, car, the word for today is car. Okay, there you go. So why would you start it? So I have my story. I said earlier, I talked about my story. So my father was a heavy smoker, and my mother didn't smoke, and my sister didn't. And they don't know this, but I actually was a smoker for 2 years when I was much younger. But one time I went to the doctor, and the doctor said I was a smoker because uh, always saw my dad doing it, so I was curious. Luckily, I stopped smoking before most people even start smoking, so I could stop it when I was young. And when I went to the doctor, and the doctor knew I had asthma, the doctor said, "Kent, you're smoking, right?" I said, "No, no, no. What are you talking about?" He said, "No, no, don't lie to me. I can see your health, your lungs, your teeth. I can know you're smoking." So, okay, wow, I was surprised you knew that. Okay, so what's your advice? So his advice, I'll never forget the sentence because I pay attention as an English teacher. I pay attention to words, and words matter. His words he chose carefully, and he said this. He said, "Okay, wait a minute, let me get it right." He said, "Okay, Kent, as an asthmatic, if you continue smoking, you will die." Does it? What? What? Did you choose your words carefully? What did you say? You mean you may die, right? Or you could die, right? Or you have the possibility to die, right? No, no, no. You will die. And I don't know how long, but it will be much sooner than later. So it could be in a few years. But he repeated it exactly. You will die. So I took that advice, and me too. Maybe I was a fan of smoking too. I took that advice and said, okay, as an asthmatic, I understand. I'll take your advice, and boom. The minute I walked out of his office, I never smoked again. I can't say I never smoked again. Maybe I smoked one cigarette a year, maybe during college or graduate school time, at a party or something. Maximum one cigarette a year. But for the most part, I never ever bought cigarettes again, never smoked again after that, because of his advice. Because exactly he said, yeah, there's no positive effects for you. So there's only negative effects, and I took that to heart. And nowadays, I think it's famous. That's why I was surprised that so many young people, some of my college kids, when they get into college, they start smoking, or when they get their new job, maybe it's a sales job, maybe it's stressful, they start smoking. There's other things we'll talk about in this health advice series. There's other things you can do to maintain your stress. Don't start smoking. Smoking will give you stress because if you ever try to get off of it, it costs a lot of money, but also it's destroying your body. It's destroying every aura of your body. Like I said, or your mouth, your teeth, your eyes, your ears, your immune system. You can't fight off disease. So why would you want to make yourself a weaker version than you are? Okay, thanks again for watching these videos. That was the sixth video in this series of 6 where I talked about how you can be 30 years younger. But next week, I will continue this health advice, but we'll continue with some new advice that are not listed in these 6. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Don't forget to watch these other videos up here and subscribe and give us a like. And see you in tomorrow's video. See you.